This house right here, I mean, you can see him if he scans around, you can see him. This thing right here is just covered in freaking cobwebs, spider webs. So I just bust up in here like a boss. I got them all over me. So if you see a spider crawling on me, don't judge me when I smooth flip out right here in a minute. So when you're bidding this stuff on the inside of the house, what I always do, and I have never had any issues with my pictures, and this is also what I train, I get in each corner. Every room is a rectangle or a square, and I go to each corner and I take a picture downward toward the bottom corner of that corner adjacent to me. Then I take the same photo going up. And I always try to use the light fixture as my center point, like where to, you know, stop the top of the photo when I'm doing the up. So then I come over here and I do the exact same thing. And this just ensures that you literally get a photo, like you have the entire area of the room photographed. And normally I'd be wearing a mask in here because it is a stench of mold. The subfloor right there is gone. And look, this is what sucks about subfloor. A lot of the times that's the only way to find out it's rotten. All right, so I just about torpedoed into the crawl space that we just took pictures of. But since I still have a little bit of athleticism left in me, I was able to save it. All right, so the first thing we're gonna bid is all this sheetrock. Now y'all seen what it look like on the outside, so obviously we're not surprised to see this. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get our good photographs of it. We're gonna pull out the old laser tape right here. We're gonna come back and look, when they lay it in here, the sheets are 4x8. So do yourself a favor, bid it like that. For the square foot. Don't just come up with some random square foot number on the sheetrock. So try to go out 8 foot and then like over 24 foot or 16 foot and do it like that. So I'm gonna come out right here and I'm trying to find 8 foot. So 8 foot's gonna cover me on my furthest place of mold. So I'm gonna go ahead and shoot this measurement right here. 8 foot. All right, so then I'm gonna do the same thing here. So try not to fall through the floor. I'm gonna find, and right here is 16 foot, and 16 foot covers it. All right, so, and then this house has insulation bats. So since it's falling through, it's super duper easy to see. Normally you'd have to get in the attic and check if it was blown in insulation or insulation bats. I like insulation bats. It makes much less of a mess. So we've got 8x16. So we're gonna do R&R. R&R, 8 foot by 16 foot sheetrock, ceiling sheetrock, living room ceiling sheetrock where water damage. The funny thing is when I'm doing these bids by myself and we're not recording, I actually still talk out loud to myself, even though I have headphones in. So if the neighbors ever catch me, they probably think I'm not all there. Mucho loco. R&R, 8 foot by 16 foot. Insulation bats, ceiling where sheetrock repair. Dude, that mold is strong, bro. God. Alright. So we have this covered. So this property is obviously in pre-sale. So the only way for us to remove these personals is to get photographs of the mold and the water damage, and we're going to call it a biohazard. So we're going to R&R, or not R&R, remove 4 cubic yards of water damaged / moldy personals living room. All right, so we're gonna get this subfloor over here. So what I do on this subfloor is I always shoot big, so I can look at it right here and I can kind of beat around, and I can really tell you that it's probably one piece of subfloor, and I didn't get that flashing around the chimney. I just thought about that. Remind me to walk outside and photograph and do that, because I can get my measurement from the ground.
All right.
But look, the subfloor, it's the same thing. It's 3/4 inches and it comes in 8 foot by 4 foot sheets. So do we want to bid 3x3 subfloor? No, we do not. Why? Because we're gonna have to cut out that area, first of all, which is a huge pain in the butt. Then we're gonna have to buy a 4 foot by 8 foot sheet of subfloor, and then we're gonna have to cut it, and we're gonna have a whole bunch of subfloor left. All right, so what we wanna do is we're gonna bid to replace at a minimum a full sheet. But since all this junk's here, and I don't really know what the subfloor right here looks like, I'm gonna assume it's screwed up as well. So we're gonna pull a measurement that covers us with 2 sheets. So we're gonna do something like this. We're gonna come right here, and we're gonna go to 4 foot. All right, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna shoot 16 foot back this way. That way that gives us 2 full sheets of subfloor right here to replace. My laser thing is just, the battery's dying, so it absolutely sucks. So right here. All right. So the first thing, and then all this linoleum flooring we have to tear up and we have to remove. So we're gonna have to start this thing from the top. In order to remove the linoleum floor, we're gonna have to relocate all this debris. So the first thing we're gonna do is bid to relocate 5 cubic yards of living room debris into the kitchen, okay? So relocate 5 CY living room personals in way of repair to kitchen. All right, now we're gonna get our room measurement right here so we can remove this linoleum, which is gonna be 12 foot by 20 foot. So remove linoleum flooring living room to access subfloor 20 foot by 12 foot. And I know you're probably asking, Josh, we're only replacing 4 foot by 16 foot of the subfloor, but here's the skinny on this linoleum. If you only remove the area that you need to get to the subfloor, when you put the subfloor back down and you get done with all the work you've done, you have a trip hazard. Can't have trip hazards, so you would end up having to remove it all anyway. So we're just going to jump the gun. We're going to remove it from the start and prevent having that issue. So now we've got the linoleum removed. We have all the personal items removed. We have everything in the living room, which is most likely the brunt of the damage is going to be right here because I'm kind of skimming through the rest of it and it don't look too bad. So we're going to get out of the living room. We're going to move to the kitchen. So now we're in the kitchen. All right, here's the skinny. The cabinets need to be open, all right, when you're doing this, because you need to show the cabinets should have already been open, because my guys should have opened them when they done this before me, and then I should have opened the cabinets when I come back and did the bids, but I did not. Or somebody come in here and shut them behind me, which is highly unlikely, and I probably just didn't open them to start with. So, open the cabinets. The reason that we're opening the cabinets is because we want to make sure that if there is any perishables left, we're bidding to get them right here, all right? And look, the whole deal is, right now we're breathing in mold so that I can make this video without my sound being muffled. It's really not that bad, I'm exaggerating a little bit. But we're here to drum up work. The goal is to keep all my guys busy, to make a little bit of money in the process, and continue using property preservation to make a living. So I see all this surface mold on these cabinets. I could very easily walk past this and not bid it because it's a lot of measurements to do it, but we're not going to do that. We're going to bid it because it's the right thing to do. We're going to pop open these refrigerators, see what we got to work with in here. Thank God they're clean. But they're clean relative to most refrigerators left in empty houses, but they still need to be clean. So we're going to hit them with the old number piece. This is number 1. Come right over here to number 2. All right. We're going to get number 2. This one as well is clean. Thank the good Lord Almighty, the deep freezer is clean too. Today's a good, I mean this, despite the fact that I stepped on a nail and almost fell through the floor, I'm feeling pretty lucky because that never happens. That's 3 for 3. None of them are just completely bombed out. So cleaning them is gonna be easy money. So we're gonna do clean times 2 fridge, freezer, combos, kitchen. We're gonna drop down 1. We're gonna do clean times 1 deep freezer. All right, boom, there we go. Y'all, this is that washing machine. I called it a dishwasher earlier. I was dead wrong. Tell me this thing right here is not the pudding. All right, if we ever get to clean out here, I'm taking that bad boy home. I'm taking our washing machine out. I'm putting this one in, and when my wife gets home from work, it's gonna be very funny.